On Monday, November 9th, Pfizer released a statement with their preliminary results from their Phase 3 COVID-19 vaccine trial showing that their vaccine is 90% effective in reducing symptomatic cases of COVID-19. This is really promising results from any vaccine trial, so please stay tuned for the details. I'm Dr. Rachel Johns, an internal medicine doctor specializing in hospital-based medicine out of Southern California. I am a COVID-19 frontline physician, and I've been seeing patients from the very beginning. Please subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of these important updates. So Pfizer is working with a German company called BioNTech, and they have enrolled almost 50,000 patients so far in their Phase 3 clinical trial. They are doing the study in the US and Germany, along with Argentina and Brazil. And so far, about 40,000 of them have received both doses of their either vaccine or placebo. So they are measuring this 90% efficacy 7 days after receiving their second dose. At this point, they've had about 94 cases of coronavirus happen within those 40,000 patients. And the difference between the placebo group and the vaccine group is really striking. Another important point about their study participants is that about 44% are from racial and culturally diverse backgrounds. This is really important because we know that Hispanic and African Americans are harder hit with coronavirus cases than any other racial background. And we want this vaccine to work for everybody in the world. So we need to make sure that those groups are being represented in the vaccine trials. One other issue comes up with the Pfizer vaccine, and it seems to have worse side effects than the usual vaccines. When you go get a flu shot or the pneumonia shot, you're likely to have a sore arm, maybe some mild flu-like symptoms for a couple of days. The Pfizer vaccine seems to be a little bit worse than that. You've definitely got the sore arm, and the muscle aches and headaches that accompany it seem to lay up people for about 1 to 2 days after receiving the vaccine. And then you have to have it a second time, so you have to go through that a second time. So I hear all the time people don't want to get their flu shot because they got the flu from the flu shot. That's actually not the case. What's happening is that you are experiencing an immune reaction to the vaccine, which is really what we want in the first place. But it does cause a little bit of fevers, some muscle aches, body aches, and you're not going to feel well for 1 or 2 days while your immune system is working. So that seems to be, again, a little bit worse than the other vaccines that we've had. But it's better than getting coronavirus and spending multiple days in the hospital. Another difficulty of the Pfizer vaccine is that it has to be kept super cold, about negative 94 degrees Fahrenheit. Just to put this in perspective, your kitchen freezer is normally about minus 4 degrees Fahrenheit. Minus 94 is about the winter day on the South Pole. So it's really, really cold. There are not a lot of hospital systems that have freezers that can achieve this. Pfizer is working on the logistics, of course, and they've come up with special coolers for transportation. Each cooler will be packed with dry ice and can fit 1,000 vials. So it's 5 doses per vial, so each cooler will have 5,000 doses in that. If you open the cooler box twice a day, take out some of the vaccines for distribution, repack it with dry ice, you'll get about another 15 days of storage out of them. So hopefully within that 15 days, you will have given out your 5,000 doses of the COVID vaccine, and then you don't have to worry about any of them going bad. The interesting thing is that Moderna is working on the same technology, being an mRNA virus as the Pfizer vaccine, but their vaccine doesn't need to be kept at such a cold temperature. So we'll see. The Moderna vaccine is also doing really well, and they are both slated to file their vaccine trial results with the FDA by the end of November. So what are some of the things that we don't know about the Pfizer vaccine? We don't know if it prevents severe coronavirus cases or death from coronavirus. We can extrapolate it from information we know on other vaccines. So let's take the flu shot, for example. We do know that the flu shot prevents severe complications, prevents hospitalizations and deaths from the flu. Does it prevent it 100%? No, it doesn't. But the statistical difference is there. So if you get the flu after getting the flu shot, not from the flu shot, just after getting the flu shot in the same season, you're more likely to have a very mild case than if you were to get influenza without the shot. We also don't know who is going to get it first. Dr. Fauci, the head of the CDC, is fairly confident that we can start vaccinating people by the end of this calendar year with the Pfizer vaccine. And Pfizer has said that it can produce 50 million doses by the end of this calendar year, 1.3 billion by the end of 2021. So remember that each person has to get 2 doses of the vaccine. So 50 million doses is 25 million people vaccinated. So 12.5 million of those people are going to be Americans. The other 12.5 will be distributed to other countries. Of the 12.5 million Americans, Dr. Fauci is recommending that frontline hospital workers who are at high risk should get the vaccine first, and then other high-risk groups will get the vaccine after that. Again, there are distribution logistics that will be worked out, but everyone's pretty confident that that can be overcome. So this is really good news from the vaccine front. Again, there are lots of other companies that are coming out with vaccines. A lot of the trials look very promising. So even if this does not end up working out, we still have Moderna, we still have AstraZeneca and Johnson & Johnson vaccines. China has a couple of vaccines, Russia has a vaccine. So all these countries are working at vaccines at the same time, and most of the trials are doing really, really well. So I hope you learned something from this video. Please stay tuned for more. Please subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of these important updates, and I'll see you in the next video.